Welcome to Renursing EDU. My name is Nicole Johnson. We help nurses make moves in their professional careers, whether that being going back to school to become an NP or actually starting their own business. Today's video is going to be about business. It's going to be something that's near and dear to me, freelance writing, something that many nurses have asked me over the years how I got into freelance writing. So I'm going to share everything that I know here in this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Freelance writing is actually something that you can use your nursing knowledge to do and get paid really well for it. As a freelance writer who also happens to be a nurse and have that nursing experience, you know all the medical terminology that an average writer does not know. You know all the diseases and conditions and know how to pronounce it and know how to speak and know how to write those conditions out, which other people without that health background don't know how to do. You can command really good money writing things such as blogs, articles, journals, brochures, email copy, website copy, all kinds of things. I've had experience writing all kinds of things in my writing career as a nurse writer. So let's go ahead and move into how you can actually get in this career as a nurse, and you can work this on the side beside your nursing job, and you can eventually build it up so it can be your full-time income, your full-time business, so you can live that life of freedom that you want. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have it broken down in 3 easy steps, but before then, I kind of wanted to talk about what kind of experience you need. Everyone's asking, what kind of experience do I need? What do I need to do? How do I get started? I don't have any experience whatsoever. Don't worry about that. I've got you covered. Okay, so my story is that I actually wrote a book, and that's how I actually got into freelance writing. You don't have to write a book in order to become a freelance writer. So I want you to get that out of your head right away. What you do need, though, is you need to build up things like you need to have samples, writing samples. I'm going to show you here in a second how to do that, but I've been freelance writing for over 8 years now, and you may have seen some of my earlier work in Minority Nurse and Daily Nurse and other major nursing publications. Lately, my freelance writing has been related to actually ghostwriting, meaning I write without a byline, so no one actually knows that I've written it. Things that I've written lately include brochures, website copy, blogs, clinical care paths, things of that nature. If that's something you're interested in, I have a course on ghostwriting specifically for nurses. So if you want to look at that, I'll drop that down in the show notes below. Like I mentioned earlier, I got into freelance writing simply because I had written a book beforehand. And all I did was answer an email when an editor was looking for nurses to write blog posts. And so that's how I got my first writing gig. Yours might be a little bit different if you didn't start out by writing a book, and by no means you don't have to start out by writing a book. You can have a zero experience, zero samples, and I'm going to show you how to get that. Okay, so the big thing people want to know about being a freelance writer is how much money can I make? And I want to tell you, you having your nursing background can actually command more than just a general writer who has no background in healthcare whatsoever, simply because you do understand those medical terminologies and all that jargon that we speak as medical professionals. So, for example, I don't write on a per word basis, I write on a per project basis. And I'll tell you, the biggest project that I've had to date, multiple times actually, has been a $4,000 contract. And when you write, you can effectively make more per hour the more efficient you get. So, say for instance, as an example, you make $1,000 for a project and it takes you 4 hours to complete it. So, $1,000 divided by 4 is $250 per hour. Once you get faster and better and you can get that down to 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, your effective hourly rate goes up higher. So the way you make money with writing is actually getting really good at something, and you'll be able to write so much faster than when you first started. So let's move on to figuring out how you actually get started without any experience and without any writing samples. You are going to need some kind of sample to show to a potential client that they know that you can actually write. The requirements for writing is basically you having a command of whatever language you're going to be writing in and you knowing how to put together logical sentences. As a nurse, I know you know how to do this because we had to write a lot of papers in nursing school. So you can most definitely write a blog post for somebody else. Okay, so getting these samples, I have three main ways that you can actually get writing samples if you don't have any writing background. First is actually check for existing writing samples. So I know it sounds odd. You may not actually have writing samples per se that you know of, but you probably actually do. Did you write the web copy for a friend's business? Did you take notes during a church function or a homeowners associating meeting? Were you the secretary? Were you the person who was designated to take those notes and record them and put them in logical form and sequence and everything? That counts as a writing sample in addition to you doing your own type of work. So some nurses actually showcase their thesis or whatever papers they were writing while they were in school. They can use that as a writing sample. You just need a couple to get you started, okay? Secondly, would be to actually start your own blog. So way back when I started Renursing EDU and I wrote my book, I actually started a blog at the same time and I started blogging about general nursing stuff. So if you have a blog and you write about generalized healthcare stuff or nursing stuff or whatever, that can most definitely count as a sample towards when you're going to present these to people to get an actual writing job. The next way to get writing samples is to actually volunteer to guest post on someone else's blog. So, this is good if you don't have your own blog and you have ran into somebody that needs a writer and you want to guest post on whatever it is that you're specialized in or whatever it is that they're asking, but you can use that sample as a starting point for your own sample. Step two is to actually set up your writer's website. So I know there are a lot of business owners out there that tell new business owners or aspiring business owners that they can do all this stuff without a website. They don't need it, it's not necessary. And in some cases, yes, that's true. But when you're writing, I believe it's valuable and important for you to have a writer's website. It does not need to be anything complicated. It can be just a simple 3-page website that you put up. And basically, you're going to have a home page. You're going to have a service page that also lists your services, products, and pricing. And then the last page is going to be your contact page. So this is the basic 3-page website that you can easily put up. You can build this yourself. Simple, simple, simple. I use the Show Up platform for all of my websites, and it's very easy for even a beginner to actually set up their website and put everything together. So it does not have to be anything serious. On this website, you're also going to be able to actually showcase your portfolio. So that's where those samples come into play that you previously gathered. So if you've written for somebody else's blog, if you've written for your own blog, if you have a publication out somewhere, you list those links on your website so other people who are looking for a healthcare writer can come to your website, check out your samples, and then contact you. Like I said, the third most important page is the contact page. If you don't have any way of anyone contacting you, you're not going to get any business. People come to my website all the time and they contact me for various things, writing, consulting, courses. They have questions about something, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you have your contact page on there. And that doesn't have to have your phone number. If you're afraid of phone calls, that's completely fine. All you need is a contact form for them to put in their first and last name, their email address, and then a little message about what they want to contact you about. And then it goes directly to your email and then you can respond that way. Okay, so you've got your samples, you've got your website. Now it's time to actually find clients. So a lot of people get scared about this, but this is actually not so bad once you put it together and you've got everything else in place. So the way you find clients is just like you found your nursing job, more than likely. So that's either through networking, through a job board, or through cold pitching. I have to look at my notes here. There's so much here I wanted to share with you guys. All right, so let's go on to networking. So after you've gotten everything set up, you are going to have to network with other people. You're going to have to tell other people that you're a writer. It's a mindset. You're a nurse, yes, but now you are writing. You are specifically writing healthcare content for whatever type of industry. When you begin, I would suggest that you not niche down. It's just basically you're a generalized healthcare writer for now. And then once you get more experience, once you start taking more jobs and you know what you like and you know what you don't like, you can actually start niching down. And then once you start niching down even further, you can start making more money because you are completely specialized. Okay. So you can go on to Indeed, Craigslist, Glassdoor, whatever job board posting, and you can start looking up healthcare writer or writing for healthcare or whatever else, all these keyword combinations, and then things will pop up. And then after that, you go through and you apply for the job. More than likely, they're going to ask for a writing sample. You've already got that in the bag, so you can link them to your blog, link them to your guest post, or link them to whatever sample that you put together. In addition, when you are networking, you may run into somebody who does not have a need for your service just yet, but they will keep you in mind later on, or they actually refer you to somebody else that may need your service. So this is the really cool thing about networking. Lastly is cold pitching. So cold pitching basically involves not having anybody that you're networking with, not having a direct connection, not having this person or entity having a posting on a job board, but basically you're going on the web and you're finding a specific publication that you would like to write for, and you're cold pitching that editor or that manager for that job. And there's a specific way you do this. There's a specific way you write up your emails and everything else, but that is how you cold pitch. And that's another way to get a job. Okay, so I've kept this video fairly short and sweet just so you can get the 3 basic steps on how to start your freelance writing business. But if you would like more information on actually how to start a freelance writing business and make your first $1,000, there's a lot more things to go on if you're actually going to pursue freelance writing full time. So you can take these first 3 steps to get your writing business started. But if you want more information about writing, contracts, proposals, all that good stuff that goes into an actual writing business, my course, Freelance Writing 101, Write Your Way to Your First 1K, is available, and I'll drop the link down in the show notes. And I will see you on the next video. If you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe to our channel, and follow us for more videos on nursing education and nurse business ideas that you can start online.